Yellow, it's Briggs here, and like always, welcome to All Day Anime. And in today's video, I'm going to cover every little thing you need to know about all of the Holy Knights in the Kingdom of Leones. A gigantic shout out and thank you goes to Neil, Sad Killer, Moose Haddock, and the Anime Dude for supporting me on Patreon. If you would like to support me and my channel, the link is down below. And a huge, gigantic thank you goes out to Neil again for making the intro for this video. It turned out so well. Thank you so much, bro. But anyway, let's jump into the video. In today's video, I'll be going over the Holy Knight's power levels, weapons, and magic of choice, along with their abilities. And I should warn you guys, I'm only going to be covering the Holy Knights that I think are relevant. But before jumping into the first character, which will be Gil Thunder, aka Best Boy, let me explain the ranking system. Great Holy Knights are the most powerful Holy Knights, and possess the authorities of commanding over them, thus making them the leaders of the Holy Knights. This gave previous Great Holy Knights Dreyfus and Hendrickson command over the whole country after the coup d'etat. And then below Great Holy Knight is the title of Holy Knight, which is given to well-known knights that have great strength, which is equal to that of an army. They have command over ordinary knights and train apprentices to become full-fledged Holy Knights. All of them are imbued with extraordinary powers, such as Gil Thunder's lightning abilities and Gila's explosion abilities. There are titles within the Holy Knights themselves. Going from highest to lowest, we have Diamond, Platinum, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, and finally Crystal at the bottom. And then below Holy Knights are Apprentice Holy Knights. As their name suggests, they are apprentices and disciples of existing Holy Knights who are undergoing training to become seasoned and qualified Holy Knights. They are fairly powerful compared to ordinary knights, whom they have authorities to command over, but are still much weaker than a Holy Knight. But anyway, let's jump into the video, starting off with Gil Thunder, who is a Diamond ranked Holy Knight and the son of the former Great Holy Knight Zaratras, who I will of course be covering in this video later on. Gil Thunder, like all Holy Knights, has magic that transcends human knowledge imbued within his body, and is among the strongest in Britannia. After his training in the sacred lands of the Druids, his power level increased from 1,970 to 2,330, which can be further broken down to 1,130 magic, 670 strength, and 530 spirit. Gil Thunder is greatly skilled in lightning magic, being able to use it both offensively and defensively, granting him extraordinary strength and agility. He also wields a long sword, through which he channels his lightning magic. Next up is Griamore, who is a Holy Knight who comes from a lineage of Holy Knights that have served the Kingdom of Leones for many generations. He is Dreyfus' son, who was a former Great Holy Knight. He is Veronica's bodyguard and shows absolute loyalty towards her. He also holds the rank of Sapphire, which is below Diamond and Platinum. His main magic is Wall. Griamore can create a defensive barrier from his body. The strength of his barriers vary quite a bit. In fact, Griamore can create simple barriers that can be easily destroyed by opponents like Diane, or incredibly harsh barriers that are able to trap Gila and Jericho enough for them to be unable to escape, and can even resist an attack capable of destroying an entire town. He can also use his barriers offensively, as shown when he used his perfect shell to destroy half the head of a red demon. And his highest recorded power level is 1,520, and in his child form 410. And next up we got Gila, who is a Crystal ranked Holy Knight, which is the lowest rank. Her main form of magic is Explosion. Gila's power enables her to generate explosions at will. She uses it in conjunction with her rapier, or fencing-like sword, I suck at pronouncing that, and later she uses it in conjunction with a lance. And her power level is 1,350, which can be further broken down to 700 magic, 400 strength, and 250 spirit. Next up is Vivian. Vivian is an enigmatic Holy Knight once directly serving under the Great Holy Knight Hendrickson and used to be an apprentice of Merlin, the boar sin of gluttony. Vivian is regarded as the Kingdom of Leones' greatest mage, second greatest. Vivian possesses a claw-like staff, which works in conjunction with her teleportation power. She also owns a crystal ball, which she uses to observe distant places. She can use Shunkan Ido, literally meaning teleportation, a high-level teleportation magic that allows Vivian to appear and disappear at precise locations and teleport groups of people instantaneously. Like Merlin, she is capable of using Perfect Cube, a spell that denies entry to anyone but the caster. Originating from the demon world, the spell surrounds a specific area and reflects all attacks, whether strong or weak, back at the opponent. She can use Freeze Coffin. By performing a hand sign and tracing a rectangle through the air with her fingers, Vivian is able to instantaneously freeze her opponent. The target is rendered immobile while frozen. She can use Bend Room. Vivian traces her hand through the air in a distinct circular motion. Through this gesture, she is capable of changing the trajectory of an attack. She can also use Power Amplify, a spell that allows Vivian to amplify the magic of her allies, making their allies considerably more powerful. And she can use Fireball, which is exactly what the name implies. She can cast fireballs upon her enemies. And finally, she can use Destroy 4 Element, a formidable spell where 4 elements, specifically water, earth, fire, and air, are summoned and fused into a single devastating attack that is fired at an enemy. The attack creates a large explosion upon impact. Vivian's total power level is 2,580, which can be further broken down to 2,200 magic, 40 strength, and 340 spirit, which makes complete sense, that the majority of her power would be magic. Now, before getting into the Great Holy Knights and Apprentice Holy Knights, I'm just going to quickly run through the Holy Knights sub-factions that I skipped over. For example, the Weird Fangs are irrelevant, and they are all Ruby ranks, so I skipped them. I also don't really care about Dawn Roar or Pleads of the Azure Sky, actually except for Slater. His main magic is Overpower. Slater is capable of overwhelming his enemies by exerting a malicious aura that temporarily immobilizes them. He can use the time that they are incapacitated to both subdue them or quickly end their life. And his weapon of choice is a jagged, saw-like blade. Slater also has a power level of 2,790, which can be further broken down to 980 magic, 930 strength, and 880 spirit. Now for the Apprentice Holy Knights, the only one I personally care about is Jericho, also known as Worst Girl. Jericho is part of the new generation of Holy Knights. She initially served under the Weird Fangs and was stationed at the base dungeon where Bon was imprisoned. Jericho possesses a long sword, which she uses in conjunction with her powers. Jericho possesses the ability to manipulate ice. She can use Shinsoku no Jusen, literally meaning Godspeed cross slash. Jericho performs a series of slashes on her opponent with immense speed, injuring them before they can even react or dodge. And she can also use Shinsoku no Dankotsu, literally meaning Godspeed Bone Crusher, but Jericho was interrupted before she was able to demonstrate this technique, and I really want to see it in action. Her power level prior to drinking demon blood was 280, which can be further broken down to 40 magic, 130 strength, and 100 spirit. And now for the moment you have all been waiting for, the Great Holy Knights. Starting off with Zaratros, a Great Holy Knight, and was once the strongest Holy Knight prior to his death 10 years ago. He is also the father of the Holy Knight Gilthunder. Similar to Gilthunder, Zaratros' main magic is referred to as Great Thunder, which grants him the ability to generate and manipulate lightning. Makes sense. He can also use Purge, a secret druid technique that erases abominable souls. And his highest recorded power level is 3060, which can be further broken down to 1180 magic, 930 strength, and 950 spirit. Next up on the list is Hendrickson, who is also a former Great Holy Knight. As we know, he is the one who created Reactor class Holy Knights that drank demon blood, and he was pretty much the main antagonist of the first season. Hendrickson can use Acid, a corrosive power that eats away at enemies' flesh. Being a druid, he can also use Purge like Zaratros, but I'm gonna skip over that because I just went over it. Moving on, he can use Shisha Shikai, a forbidden technique passed among the druids. It gives Hendrickson the power to resurrect the dead, but he can only use it twice on the same person. The soul diminishes and deteriorates with each resurrection, significantly weakening their abilities. Now for Hendrickson, he consumed both grey and red demon blood. This allowed him to use techniques such as Hellblaze, which is a demonic enchantment. And then in his demonic grey demon form, he also had powerful techniques such as Dark Snow, Dead End, and Dark Nebula. I plan on making a video specifically for Hendrickson in the future, don't worry. His Ash Demon form has a total power level of 5,800, but prior to his demonic form, had a power level of 2,650, which can be further broken down to 1,280 magic, 800 strength, and 570 spirit. And next up is Dreyfus, who was also a Great Holy Knight, thus also making him one of the two people who had command over the entirety of Lyonesse after the coup d'etat. His main form of magic is known as Break. Break is an incredibly powerful ability which is manifested from Dreyfus' will. This ability is very versatile, with it being capable of emitting energy blasts, helping Dreyfus to resist magic and being used for close combat. His highest recorded power level is 3000, which can be evenly broken down to 1000 magic, 1000 strength, and 1000 spirit, a very balanced power level. And last but definitely not least, the current Great Holy Knight Hauser, whose magic is known as Tempest, which grants him the ability to manipulate air into vortexes and rotating winds. points. And after his training in E-Star, has a total power level of 2,350, which can be further broken down to 1090 magic, 700 strength, and 560 spirit. And bonus character, basically the only Holy Knight between a Great Holy Knight and God himself, Sir Twiggle-sama, the strongest character in the entire series, and main antagonist. Watch my video that conveniently came out on April 1st for more details. But anyway guys, that is the end of this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell to never miss a video, and just like that, I will see you guys all next time, dudes. Shin Paku.